The question is how to be worthy of cheeks. I'm just gonna be honest. Testosterone is the key, getting it and having it. That's how you be worthy. We both know this. And I'm here to be your friend that is locked in, and we're gonna talk about planning our goals and how we're gonna get there. I'm 22, working on business stuff too, and I care about lifestyle. I wanna be big, strong. We both have this same mindset, right? Your friends are locked in, but not locked in like you. They care about video games, they care about being in a euphoric state of mind, and my goal right here is to reverse all of that and be the person that allows you to be able to tell them how to lock into what they actually want, which is not video games, and it's not smoking that Zaza, right? We're gonna talk about being W humans, and you're gonna get your friends to do the same thing, and we're gonna lock in, you're gonna send me a text, and I'm gonna text you about this later after this video, and we're gonna be super cool, okay? That's the point of the video. That's my goal. Testosterone, how to be worthy of cheeks. You can see my screen right here. These are my notes, mostly to help me think. And as I speak, you'll be able to go through my incredibly legible handwriting. Okay. So, I'm your lock-in friend. We're talking about testosterone today, and we're planning to get insert Rick's goals. My goals are to be really good at networking, aesthetics, and freedom. If you're a real G, you probably know where I got that mindset from, or those 3 bullet points. It's super simple. I love it. That's what we're going to. I want to max out health, wealth, love, and happiness. I'm trying to be big and strong. Look at my biceps, bunch of money, and have a loving partner. Woman. Next. Who am I, and how do we connect? Before we even do this, you gotta know who I am in some regard. I'm gonna learn who you are through comment section and through DMs, but for me right now, I'm a kid who had a 4 some GPA, I don't even know, it's high, and I got a full scholarship, academic scholarship with my college for computer science and business with a concentration in computational science. And I dropped out, said forget all of that after junior year. So senior year I dropped out, and I had like 8 internships. It was like 2 in data science, 2 in programming, 2 in sales. I was the number 1 academic student. I was a big G. I dropped out, did not get any degree, and I'm okay with that. And everyone has me for it right now in my family because I'm trying to be big, strong, big money, good life, and that was not the path for me. So and recently I was complimented by this kid. One of my best moments, this is like right here, was I was in a Starbucks getting sugary balls and tea, so boba, for someone else. And when I sat there, I sat in the chair. This is the chair I was sitting in. This is me. I got big arms, big biceps. Get the vibes. Big arms. There you go. Big arms, right? And there was a little kid that walked by with his mom. The little kid saw me, looked at his mom, and said, "Wow, Mom, he has biceps. He has big arms." And I was trying to freaking smile. I was so excited. And but at the same time, that never would have happened if I had listened to folks around me who weren't doing that. I got clowned a bit for going to the gym so much, and in my mind, I was chilling. I just made sure I went. I didn't think I went that long, 45 minutes to an hour a day. I'm not gonna lie, when I was on campus, when I was in my scholarship and everything, I was definitely going for an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. I'm a little less than that now, and I was running a lot too. Got into cardio. I had this Nigerian friend, you know who you are if you see this video. Bro had massive arms. He had showed me workouts, and we went a lot. I kind of missed those days too. So if you see this video, bro, send me a text. We actually made a bet that I'm gonna come back and circle around in the future, and when I get my first $1 million, I'm gonna buy a golden bench press and make a video and talk to him about it. I think he thinks I'm joking, but I put that in my reminders app on my iPhone, and I get a reminder every year about that goal. So that's gonna happen for sure. And my current goals are to build my first 1 million in revenue digital product, and then take that cash flow and either make another one, generate more info products in different niches through AI and etc., and then spin that cash flow into a riskier play, because info is gonna be my cash cow, my cash business, and then I'm gonna build riskier plays. What I did for a riskier play for me is van conversion. I love just driving through the city, driving through the states, and just like parking wherever I want, looking at mountains, going to the city, bringing people with me. I want to be hospitable for them, so it's gotta be a luxury vehicle. I don't want to have like a little like crappy RV or like some in my car kind of vibes. So. And I just like van conversion in general, so I'm passionate about it, and then I can make a business about it because I'm actually interested in how that lifestyle would be. So, now you know who I am. Let's get into the video. Testosterone. Value. Your body only makes what it needs. This came from Andrew Tate, talking about the secret to how he had so much high testosterone. And someone took a test for him. They were like, oh, you're on steroids, all this stuff. Yes, you can believe he's on steroids. He could be lying. It doesn't matter. The point is, if we believe it's true, then we can do more. If I believe it, then I'm going to be, and it helps me out to be a stronger individual. I don't care if it's true or not. I'm going to do it. So your body only makes what it needs. And testosterone is a burdensome chemical or like compound. It's like imagine a bike. So if you're going on a hill and the bike is going, let's say you're trying to go 2 to 5 miles per hour, having that bike in high gear, like 10th gear, whatever, is going to make it extremely hard to go anywhere, and it's going to be detrimental to your progress. But going in low gear, so let's say gear one, would be amazing because you just pedal, super low energy, doing a bunch of revolutions, and then you can go up the hill quickly. That's the best way to do it. If you're going super fast or up like downhill or something like that, you want to go faster, you need the high gear. So you can go to like gear 10, whatever it is, and you do one revolution, covers a lot more distance. Testosterone's like that. At least it's my interpretation of it. I'm learning to get it. Again, this is friend to friend. We're just talking about what we learned, what we read, what we're going for in our lives, and this is going to help me to project myself into the future so I can make decisions on where I'm going to be toward the goals I said earlier. And pretty much, to be high testosterone, you have to be in a state where it can help you. So it only makes what it needs, and it's burdensome if you're behind a computer doing nothing all day. If you're not working out, having high testosterone is detrimental to your body. It's a burdensome thing. If you are like working you're going to the gym, you're like trying your best, you're like using your brain, your body has to work hard every day, then it's helpful at the higher levels of output. So our goal is to make our body need that because we want to be worthy of cheeks, right? So this mindset, also coming back to this point, your body only makes what it needs, means we're gonna have to put our body in a state to get what we want to make it need it. The gifts we get from our body are only on the back end of having a reason for it to be there. And the reasons are going to be primarily arbitrary unless you want to be a leaf in the wind and hope that you can get like a reason to work, a reason to have testosterone, a reason to have a task to do. We can just set these things and then create arbitrarily hard things that we just do. So, it's a weird bug noise up here. A bug just having a seizure in the net over there. Okay, so I want a superhuman physique, right? That's what I'm saying here. My handwriting is fantastic. And I also want pretty much infinite capacity to think and fix problems. I want sharpness. So I don't necessarily, it's from Tai Lopez too, talking about how to use your actual mind, what you look for in people. People genuinely say, I want to look for intelligence. I'm looking to be sharp and people who are sharp, using what you have to get the output the best. Someone who has, let's say, on a scale of 1 to 10, they have a 4 in computational ability, like sheer ability to compute, but they have a 9 in speed, and they find out how to use that 9 in speed with their computational ability and their prudence or whatever else in their brain to get the output they want. That's an amazing person. They're dialed in. The goal is to be dialed in on the intelligence you have. If I have a ability to compute super high, but I don't need to use it all the time, I won't do it. It's just who's really using their mental resources the best, who's actually trying to use what they have super well and applying it quickly. That's who I want to be, and that's separate from intelligence, more about being sharp, having my brain ready to do what it should do. So yeah, and it's different for every person. So what does that mean? I'm trying to be as sharp as possible and as strong as possible. The old approach, before having this data set here, your body only makes what it needs, would be to probably like, okay, I want to be smart, so I'm gonna go read some books and figure out how to think well and think critically, and maybe I'll do a couple of like word games a day and then do a bunch of those and be okay. The new approach is to do something risky and stupid, something stupid and really hard. Just make a choice and go toward the thing, and then make it not stupid by choosing to do it and accepting it into your brain. Even though it is technically arbitrary and you definitely could just stay in your house and do nothing, you don't have to go. An example of this, open your phone, open Google Maps and say, I'm gonna go to this mountain and hike to the top, and go do it. And you say, I wanna see a waterfall, I wanna see this view, and just do it, right? People attach to these things in their brain, they'll be like, how'd you even think about that? It doesn't matter how I thought about it. You can give them a reason, because mountains are cool, or because I felt God speak to me to go to this mountain. It doesn't matter. Just do the thing. Do the thing, set a goal, walk toward it, make it a mountain, take some time to get there. And the longer you take to get there, the more fulfilled you'll be on the back end of it. And also you'll be blessed by your body to make you able to do hard things. So then with that stupid hard thing that can be mental or physical or a mix of both, which is my favorite, then the body will have to create tools in order for you to do it. It'll have to create testosterone, it'll have to create muscle, it'll have to adapt in order to keep you going. And as long as your mind is locked in on the outcome, your body will be there with you. So make your mind strong enough to do the thing, and then understand your body. Take two, my camera died, we're going. Well, same take, whatever, we're gonna start in the middle. So, for example, if I want to be hyper clever, hyper diligent, hyper perspicacious, hyper results oriented, hyper emotionally intelligent, you just set mountains, random tasks, arbitrary tasks before those things to get the output, right? Bug is having a seizure up here. So yeah, chase a complex problem to solve, a complex task that will make you have to have what you have. I'd have to be a diligent person to do this, so you must go do it, and it'll make you a diligent person. You don't become the diligent person before doing the task or undertaking the thing. So, and it should feel terrible. If you were going to the gym and getting a pump every day, just going pump, just going for pump, just going for pump, then you're not going to be necessarily growing, and you're not giving your body a reason to do the thing. If you're not feeling a bit like, oh, this is a hard task to do, or questioning whether you have enough energy to complete it, then you're not making yourself have more energy. I want to be a high energy individual, so I must put myself in places where my body has to have more energy reserves. So I should be feeling the tiredness of not having energy, but at the same time, I'll be blessed by my body after I take the action to allow me to have periods of more energy. So if I do a workout that's 45 minutes long and I'm working my ass off, I get to 15 minutes in, and 15 minutes in, I'm questioning myself. I'm thinking, man, I need to go. I'm gonna get out of here and go nap, take a nap, whatever. Then that means that in that stance, if I keep going, I'm giving my body a reason to have more energy reserves. If I stop there, there's no reason for my body to make more, meaning just keep going. Make it harder. If you don't make it harder, you won't be blessed with more. So, how does this come back around to cheeks, right? Pretty much, being like, I'm just using the word cheeks as a reward, okay? What I'm trying to say is fulfillment. What we want is a fulfilled existence. I want a good life. If I was in a situation where I was just given things, or like things just worked out and I didn't have to work toward getting them, one, I wouldn't be fulfilled, two, I'd be less skilled, and three, in overall my life, I'd be crap. For example, let's say I want to see the view of the top of a mountain. For example, the view of the top of the mountain in this case is cheeks, right? And I go to this mountain, I have to work for that mountain, right? Or let's say no, 70 mountains a year, 70 views a year at the top of the mountain, or 70 bodies, 70 sets of cheeks, or maybe it's one girl, whatever it is, right? That's your reward, the view at the top of the mountain, right? This is technically arbitrary. There's a way to get the view of the mountain without working at all, right? And let's say I choose 70 of them, and I was blessed enough to the point where that's all easy to me. I do it 70 times. I will have a less fulfilled life than if I did 10 or 20 mountains a year, and every mountain I had to go, I applied some task to it, or I had to walk up the mountain. I had to go take her on a day, I had to go do this thing, I had to go meet her here, I had to talk to her parents, all this stuff. That makes my entire life better, because one, it's about the journey, not the reward. The reward's nice and amazing, but the journey is more fulfilling than the reward. So me walking up the mountain with my girlfriend was more fun than seeing the view. The view was nice. We got there and she was like, wow. But like, that was like 20 seconds, and then we walked back down, and even that part was more fun than being on top of the mountain. So it's the same thing with rewards. So if 70 views on top of the mountain and 70 cheek sessions just happened, and I didn't have to do anything for them, I'm gonna be 30 years old ready to kill myself. I'm gonna go to the mountain to kill myself. I don't wanna do that. So I wanna have a happy life. And I think you do too. So, here we go. How do we finish this? Now that we have the general mindset of like how to have high testosterone, what the goal is for our path, like how to project out, like look at the world and see pros and cons. Because you can look at anybody's life and say they have this thing and I'm working toward that thing. It's taking me a long time. That's a positive. If you get the thing, even if you get it 10 years from now, it took them 1 year, you will be more fulfilled and learn more on that path to getting there about yourself and about the world. there is no lack. You can't comparing is usually bullcrap. You just test the market to figure out how they see you, what's some cool stuff you can do, some new mountains to climb, some new cheeks to get, some new rewards, some new views. That's what you look at the market for. And then as you look at the market, you decide what's extra. Maybe you want to take your girl to some wonderful place. You want to go overseas. You want to try and go axe throwing with your significant other. It could be one girl, it could be multiple girls. It doesn't matter. The point is, how do you set up your life so you're fulfilled? So, yeah. In the next 2 videos, one's going to be creating mountains. So I'm going to put the thumbnail, like so it's clickbaity, as creating cheeks. And then the second video is going to be choosing cheeks, or choosing mountains with cheeks. Does that make sense? So, but the point is, like, for you guys and whoever's watching this video, the point is we're trying to be fulfilled. We're not necessarily talking about being someone who's like, oh, I'm gonna go have a bunch of women. Like, nah, I think that's like stupid. Like, genuinely, like, I don't think it's worth it to have a bunch of arbitrary things happening, a bunch of dopamine. It's like, you can't make that, it's like almost taking drugs, puff into the brain over and over again. We're not doing that. If we puff to the brain with drugs, we're gonna make it so you have to work so hard to get there that the puff means nothing compared to the journey. So, I'll see you soon.